This game is at its core about teamwork.
Our goal in terms of teamwork is to give each player their own unique role, and that's really to tie it to their fuse-based weapon. And essentially, we don't want people to feel like they're cooperating just by shooting the same enemy. Essentially, that they have to employ their fuse weaponry in different ways to work together. The fact that Izzy can rise enemies up out of cover for other players to shoot is a unique way for her to kind of set up the spike for other players to hit. And then, with Dalton and his mag shield, he can push forward with his shield and protect his teammates. So there's just a lot of different ways that they can work together that isn't your lone gunman approach.
Throughout the game, we give players an opportunity to work together and be rewarded for it. It's something we're calling lethal teamwork. In the game, if you are able to combine your weapons for kills, everybody gets points. And an example might be that Dalton, who is the tank in this game, who is equipped with this mag shield you can shoot through, may be shielding his buddies from enemy fire. Well, if his buddies are killing enemies through his shield, well, Dalton's getting points too. And we call them fuse points. These are points that you can earn and drive our progression system. But we make sure that players are rewarded for working together. And because they're 4 unique characters, it creates a lot of opportunity for emergent gameplay and new strategies that players can devise together as they're going through the many, many different combat scenarios in the game.
A lot of the conventional weapons complement the fuse weapons. So Dalton might be able to pick up a sniper rifle, and then he has more long-range play. He can drop down his shield and shoot from behind it. Or he may just love close-range combat and be able to, he'll pick up a shotgun, and then he'll have his mag shield and get up close and just blast enemies. But we also have a very deep progression tree for each of our heroes. And so by taking down enemies, you earn fuse points, and you can apply those points to 3 different tracks. We've got your fuse weaponry, your conventional weaponry, and then your hero abilities. And so that way you get to see your fuse weapon evolve and change over the course of the game, as well as your weapon and your hero.
The game can be played online or offline. You can play with 1 to 3 friends. You can play by yourself. You can play couch co-op in split screen with 2 other players online or 1 other player online. There are a lot of different ways that you can play. We learned early on that by locking players into one particular character, it can become frustrating. People want to try out different characters and different strategies, and especially since we have 4 completely unique play styles for each of our characters, we wanted to loosen things up a little bit. So we've introduced a new feature called Leap for the game, which allows you to leap back and forth between any of the 4 heroes who are available. Now, when I say available, I mean that as long as these heroes aren't being played by a real person, you can leap to them. So that means that if you're playing by yourself, or with 1 other person, or with 2 other people, there will always be an AI bot playing one of these heroes, and you can leap to that bot. We started from scratch on something we're calling the Insomniac engine. This is a brand new engine and tool set for us that we've built here. And for us, the focus has been on iteration time, decreasing it. Because we know that for a game to be innovative and for a game to be truly fun, you have to have time to try out different things and sometimes fail before you learn what the best gameplay is for the game you're making. In terms of consoles, it's our first non-Sony console game. And several years back when we decided to build the game, we wanted to reach a larger audience. And we, as creators at Insomniac, are interested in affecting as many people as we can with the stories we make, with the gameplay that we create, with the characters that we bring to life. And for us, we'd always looked at envy on those developers who could reach the Xbox 360 audience, and now we have an opportunity to do so. What we wanted to do with Fuse is best supported by the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 technically. So we've kept our efforts focused on both of those platforms so that we can just deliver the best game we possibly can. Fuse is coming out in March 2013 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.